What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Wicked After Dark, where we talk about all things Halloween. I don't think I've been saying Halloween.
Yeah, you
Yes,
have.
you have.
All right. My name's Anthony. With me tonight, we got Ashley and Jess.
Hello.
What's up?
The man behind the cam, Andy.
Winning.
And today we have another guest for you guys. I know,
What?
back-to-back weeks. Unbelievable, guys. I know. We have our cousins, Lyzette and Bella.
Hello.
Back-to-back.
Back-to-back weekends.
That's
not
crazy.
Weekends.
Weeks.
That's crazy. We better slow down.
Pregnancy brain.
Yeah, we better slow down because you're gonna get used to it, and this is it. It's actually,
And she's like, we got nothing else.
we got
so,
nothing lined
no.
up, guys. This is about
They had to
it.
pull us out their pocket.
Mhm.
Dang.
But today, guys, we want to do something a little bit different. I know in the last season we used to talk about doing some ghost hunting, doing some changing it up. You know what I mean? But it was actually pretty fucking
Dabbling.
scary.
But we lied and we said we quit.
Then Ashley got pregnant, and she didn't want her baby to get possessed and shit, so we stopped doing shit like that.
Don't blame me.
You know, but
Because when we went to Prospect Park, I was already pregnant.
True.
yeah, but you're still early.
Oh,
my
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
I think
different.
Anthony just got a little scared.
Yeah.
I still
yeah.
have
Then you
that
guys
meme.
started making memes out of me, and I was like, nah, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
Nah,
That
you're not
was
gonna
funny.
catch me slipping in the dark again. You
It's
know?
because he's scared of the dark.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
Yeah, he is scared.
Yeah, he
Anyways,
is.
the reason we brought in our cousins, for those that don't know, they're also the other half of All-Well Lita Herbals.
Ooh.
They're the other side of it, guys. So
Yeah, if you're watching and you're part of the vendor, if you're a vendor, you know,
Our
in
vendor friends.
community, you're going to recognize them. They've done some shows.
yep.
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 I know Lizette does a lot of the shows. Sometimes Bella will pop in here and there.
Bella likes
I'm
to
mostly
be,
there, but I'm like
She's like, I'm behind the scenes. You know what I
She
mean?
likes to be like the mind and the artist of certain
Yeah, I'm
things.
mostly like the creator and everything. I like to be like out of sight.
There you go.
I'll go and try talking a couple times, but it's more. her
Keyword
thing than
tries.
mine.
Sorry, guys, if she's a little awkward.
It's kind
I
of
know,
like the
I'm
same
sorry.
setup here with me and Jess. You guys know
Yeah.
if you come to our table, Jess is very, hi, how are you? You know?
I say
And- And then there's me, who's more.
really because most
Oh, here we
Ashley's the
go.
front. You know, she likes to talk to people, and I'm just like, if they talk to me, I'll talk to them. But if they
I
don't
like
talk to me, I
to
don't
talk to
talk
people.
them.
No, girl. One of us has to approach
We,
people.
we like money.
Yeah,
we gotta
so
be
that's like
personable.
You're like, bring me your
This
money.
situation here, Lizette talks to people. Bella's like, my name's Bella. You know, she's very quiet. I wouldn't say shy, but quiet. Like you don't talk to her, she ain't gonna talk to you.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But Bella, saying you guys say she's the drawer. You're the one who designed your guys' logo for the company.
Yeah, and then I design most of like our stuff. Like, All-Well Lita is gonna be coming out with totes soon. And I
Oh
designed
shit!
She gonna drop that early?
Yeah. Oh well, go for it.
That-
Sure,
that
you
means
did.
I didn't ask any question.
And
So
I
you're
mostly
designing
draw-
for that then?
yeah, I mostly draw and come up with a lot of our graphic designs.
Don't worry, guys. We gotta get approval by the big hefa.
Okay.
The metal.
There
My
Yeah.
mom, she's not here today, but
Coming
she's
from
been
the
here a
boss.
couple times.
Yes.
But the main reason though, guys, because you know our cousins here have experienced, you know, a lot
of ghosts.
of ghostly encounters throughout their young into adult lives. You know, they're adults now.
Yes.
So that's number one reason we brought them on. You know, of
Yeah.
course, we want to plug in our
Not just because they're our cousins.
There was a reason, you know, because we really are trying to dig into the whole. Let's try other things, you know. But today it's like let's just talk about other things. You know what I mean? Like because they have that experience, and I don't know if I've been lucky. I don't know if I should say I was lucky enough to
Maybe not.
experience that, but I've gotten to be in a few of the houses you guys lived in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know, with it popping off and whatnot, and
I think at least every house we've lived in, there's at least one thing that has happened.
right,
Yeah.
right. Thankfully, I have not experienced anything like
Yeah.
that from you guys in a long time.
Oh,
Well, yeah, that means you would have to visit us.
we was too scared, girl.
Right?
They're traumatized from the other houses.
But if you're watching on YouTube or Spotify, or if you have us on Instagram anywhere, because we usually post our picture on Instagram, comment your most recent spook, like at home, or like you seen
Yeah.
something, because you don't hear a lot of that. I seen somebody, or I seen something. It's more like I heard a
Right.
noise,
Yeah.
or
Right.
something fell. Like, no, I want to know if you've seen an apparition. Like, that's a woman. Or, you
Yeah.
know, like you know that's somebody.
Right.
So I want to know. Let me know.
I think that would be crazy though. If you are actually seeing shit like that, you better reach out. You better
To somebody.
Yeah, not
Not
us.
me, though.
Not us.
Maybe
Not
Zach
it.
banging.
We not the Ghostbusters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bagel bites.
Yes.
You know, they can reach out and pick up a sage stick.
there you
There
go.
you go.
To them.
You
Yeah.
can reach
From
out
us.
to All-Well Lita Herbals on
On
Instagram.
there, they have Etsy
Or
set up
shop our
too.
corner in the boutique.
There you
Yes,
go.
Yeah. Actually, we do have some sage in store.
But
Christmas
yeah,
time, baby. Get rid of those demons.
going fresh into
Going
the year,
fresh for the year with a clean house.
bring in the new demons.
Oh.
No,
No, bro.
not bad. Too far.
But yeah, let's start off with
Let's get into
The-
this one.
where it all started. Your first experiences, your first time being exposed to that, and you're like, like this shit's crazy. How
think-
long ago would you say that was?
I don't know.
Fucking Bella was a baby,
Baby.
dude. So,
Yeah.
It was a, what?
So-
What do we say? Or
so that was for sure.
Yeah, for
20
you
years
guys,
ago.
I was a baby. I was probably
Bella
like
was in
months old.
pull-ups.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So we're 5 years apart. So I was probably like 6, 7.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was probably like 1, 2 years old. I don't really remember anything from that. I just know like what my parents were telling me, like what they saw at the house.
I think just from outside party, I can recall being there and just always being scared. You know what I mean? Like, I got a quick story. I'll open it up for you guys. I'll be the icebreaker.
Okay.
They're like, I wasn't
But
nervous.
one
dog.
time, their parents were moving a waterbed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and my uncle, it was already dark out, and I was like, shit, it's dark.
Yeah.
And their dad, my uncle, says, hey, man, go turn on the water hose.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to walk down the hall, make a left, go through the living room, and out the front door. Mind you, it was already dark. You know what I mean?
And it's dark because we had some big old oak trees.
Yes. And it was an older home. I don't know, man. It was just a scary experience, bro, ever.
Scary outside.
That one,
You felt like someone was watching you?
Yes.
Yes. Always
bad.
had eyes on you.
Bad, dude. It was bad. You know, I just remember running, looking straight, turning on the water, and running straight back. You know, because I didn't want to look.
If I don't see you, it can't see me.
Right. And that was like the most I've never been so scared again. Put it to you like that. Never. You know? So that was like my one experience in that home where I was like, fuck that.
You're just scared,
I was just scared.
and you didn't know why.
And I didn't know why. You know, now we know why, because their parents have stories. They have stories.
Yeah.
You know, but we'll go ahead and let Lyzette explain some of her encounters on what she witnessed at that home.
Well, I don't know. I was young, so I just know that I remember sleepwalking a few times and waking up to like my dad's best friend used to stay with us too,
Yeah.
and he had the room closest to the kitchen.
I
So-
remember that.
He, I guess, would find me just like stuck, like in the pantry, like hearing me banging, and then he would just walk me back to my room. I never remember that. Never. Sometimes vaguely I remember like getting woken up, but you know what they say, you can't
Yeah.
wake up sleepwalking.
Yeah.
And then I just remember pulling this one out of her crib sometimes. I was scared in the morning. Okay? I was scared. I didn't want to be
baby.
watching TV, so I would pull her out and we would just chill. Like my parents are awake, but we would just chill because I would not like being by myself. We had our own rooms and I was 6?
Yeah.
Sleeping by myself.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And then our parents' stories too, how
Yeah.
you said
yeah.
my dad would see things walking.
Right, right.
and
That I think that
it
was
just felt so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Even just walking outside because I don't know if you remember how our kitchen, the whole panel, it wasn't walls. It was just one giant glass, and you would just stay outside. And like I said, there's nothing but oak trees, and we know, I believe, an older lady had passed there.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the
So
one I got told
you
about.
definitely would catch glimpses of her walking down the hallway or in the kitchen. That was not fun to see when you're a kid.
Right.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was told, that she would linger around my crib a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they would always have me with them because she liked to linger and like
There was
get me in my crib.
I remember
She's all like staring at Bella like,
there was
Dang,
always,
that's an ugly baby.
what is that?
what's up, fool?
she was like, damn.
No, she was probably like, oh, they didn't put socks on her. She didn't get sick. You know how grandmas are. Like, you need to put socks on your kid. Or
And again, I wouldn't necessarily say it was like a bad haunting or like, oh
Yeah,
my
no.
God, you know.
right,
fucking-
but I mean, I don't want to see if you're good or bad. I don't want to see you.
You
in
don't
that.
wanna find
100%,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Like, why are you stuck?
Like, I'm happy with the ghosts that live here. Just stay like the way you do.
Right.
You know, when you want to dance in front of the camera, dance in front of the camera, but don't be coming out during the day, homie.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I think going back to your story, it got to a point in that home though where your parents permanently moved them into their room
Yeah.
because they kept seeing,
It kept happening. Yeah,
you know,
that's what they said.
full figure apparitions walking
Yeah.
down their hall.
Yeah,
I remember
Like
sleeping
not
with them.
even like a real quick little shadow, like a full adult figure.
Yeah, they would
walking
see
in the
shadows,
home.
like
My-
shadows.
My dad compared it to it being as bad as him growing up in like their Long Beach house.
Yeah.
And I heard the stories of Long Beach house like that
Right,
was
right,
haunted.
right. I think it's so crazy that it goes back even further.
For our parents,
For
both
our
of
To bring
our
all the
Yeah.
old folks and hear because they have some crazy stories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their stories are crazy.
Uh-huh.
But then
Sometimes
it
I'm
goes
just like, are you sure?
It goes back to like, is the house haunted or are people haunted?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in people are haunted.
I think
Yeah.
I think
Don't, not to cut you off, but I think like obviously like you said, the old lady who passed in her house. Obviously, she probably still thinks that's her house. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
her house could be haunted.
Right.
But I strongly believe a lot of it's like you're haunted. Like
Yeah.
if you keep moving and you're having this
Same
So you
occurrences,
don't
the same
believe-
issues.
right.
that there's things that are haunted or spirits are
oh
attached
yeah,
to.
for sure.
100%.
Oh,
Like
okay.
Annabelle,
Yeah.
like the doll was haunted, and
Yeah.
that's
What is the
real.
other doll? Rob? Is it Rob?
I don't know.
There's
There's a lot.
The bus, like the what is it?
Kevorkian bus.
Corgian bug. Like it's
Oh,
still
yeah.
attached.
Like
Like
attachments.
yeah, I think things can attach, but I also think things follow because for sure, like you go to a haunted location, you bring something back.
Yeah, 100%.
So
And I think that was one of the biggest things that we were like, man, I don't know about really fucking with this. You know what I mean? Because it was like,
I think
What are you gonna bring
the
home
only
one day?
time
Right.
we felt like we've
Yeah.
not brought something back in a way, it was when we visited the museum last.
that's because we pushed our limit.
No,
Like,
that's
did.
because
We
y'all
pushed our
dumb. I
bounds.
told you no.
we pushed the boundary too far.
Yeah.
and
Too
we
far.
went down
Yeah.
into their
Into a demon freaking basement, bro.
Oh,
And I
big
said,
ones?
and I even told them, I was
bagel
like, I don't-
bites.
I'll-
Yeah.
they're like, we paid extra. I was like, I don't care. I just wanted the T-shirt.
She didn't want to go.
I did not want to
T-shirt.
go. I
She
did
didn't-
not
she
want
didn't
to
wanna go,
down
and
there.
I-
Ashley is frugal. She's not gonna waste her money.
I said, you exactly, girl. I
She's
said,
like, we're
just
going down there, and I was like, I don't want
I
to.
said, close your fucking eyes. Yes, we are.
You know what though? They've all kind of gone. Oh, I don't. You didn't end up going.
I
though, huh?
didn't end up the day I was supposed to
Yeah,
go. I
she
was
got
in
haunted
Vegas.
in
I got
Vegas.
haunted in my room. I was like, fuck
Yeah,
that. I'm
'cause she
not bringing
called
anything
me,
else home.
Because I was watching the girls and she called me. She's like, dude, we had to start playing Christian music up in here.
Damn.
Yeah, straight up. Like,
We'll get into that story too.
Yeah.
man.
But yeah, I never had the opportunity, but I really want to go just to see
It's
like how it
definitely-
affects me.
I would say.
Bella's
because
gonna be on their
another
Instagram passing
That's
out.
another topic we wanted to discuss. Is
Collapses.
you're very sensitive to spirits and energies and
Yeah.
vibes. So I feel like if you go there, be careful.
That's what my mom, because I told my mom like I really want to do like a little bit of ghost hunting just because I'm always curious about like what else is there,
Yeah.
what's more out there.
Yeah.
I
you
think that's us.
And
you
that's
know?
what she's worried about too, is that I'm too sensitive with like that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
it took me a long time for most of my life to learn how to block it off
Yeah.
and like control it to where I could like keep my
I
like,
can tell you.
sanity swing.
I can tell you one thing for sure. I'm the most
Skeptic.
skeptic man that walks earth.
oh yes,
you know.
you are.
And I feel like I've had similar situations like you where I could feel
Mm-hmm.
certain things and be like, why do I feel that? Or why do I
Hear that.
hear that or see that? Right.
Yeah.
But when I go to Zach's museum, it's gonna throw you in one of those
Overstimulated.
extremely overstimulated. There was
That's the
times I was
one
like,
I'm worried
Ashley,
about.
I figured it out. They're shooting sound waves through the building. But
And
then
we
I'm
were
like, wait a minute.
Me and Jessica looking at this guy like, bitch.
But then I'm like, because I
You're
shit you not, I
overthinking it.
promise, I put this on everything. As soon as I step foot into the museum, I'm dizzy
Mm-hmm.
to the
Yeah.
point where I can barely stand. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. And I'm looking at these other people, and I'm like, how is this possible?
It does throw off your vertigo.
These other
Is
people,
that what it's
as
called?
in these white
Yeah,
people,
like when it makes you like dizzy and like off balance and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's vertigo.
And
Yeah.
honestly, I'm going in there as skeptic. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I'm like, fuck, it's a fucking museum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's an attraction.
yeah,
Exactly.
But
I'm
but-
sure there's rooms rigged a little bit where they're built
But-
a little off balance,
Right.
or
Uh-huh.
But
or
the-
there is a certain scent in the air,
Right,
like
right,
Disney.
right,
you
right.
know?
It's, yeah, that's true.
That like adds to it. But the thing that like made me really consider is like last year I went on a trip with Andy behind the screens
Uh huh.
to San Diego. Oh man, actually it wasn't that one. It was with my family. My mom took me to the cemetery.
Okay, the one by the
yeah, Old
house?
Town.
Okay, yeah.
And as soon as I stepped in the cemetery, I got an instant migraine.
Oh wow.
And I guess it's because you're supposed to ask like if you could be led into the cemetery most places,
Oh,
like old
okay.
places like that where they have like
Like the
a lot of
traditional-
hatred because like a lot of them got paved over.
Right, right,
A lot
right.
of them got paid over.
Or some were hung.
Yeah,
For
like
their
it was a
crimes.
lot, like the
Yeah.
Whaley House and all
The
that. As
Whaley
soon as
House,
I
yeah,
step
there
on
we
those
go.
properties, I always get instant like migraines.
That's crazy. And
Yeah, then
I
I would
actually
definitely-
caught pictures from that house when we went. I was taking pictures because
Do
I
you
was
still
like,
have them?
yeah, I still have
Oh.
them Maybe we'll insert a few, but I was like, I don't see anything, Let me
Hell
take some
no.
pictures. I was taking pictures like a
Yeah,
lot.
like
I know my
spamming.
parents caught some.
Yeah.
When they
I
went
think
together.
she caught like a boy.
She did too.
There's a lot of pictures where you'll see someone in the mirror, and not in the mirror, in the window,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like everywhere. So I'm like, maybe we can insert a few to see if Andrew can figure it out. Maybe not.
He's like, "No, kiss my ass."
But that house is a trip because when I first went into the house, I didn't feel scared. I didn't feel energy. I was like, "Hey, no one here. This house old as hell."
100%.
They've
I feel
moved
the
on.
same way.
They moved on.
And I've actually taken the night tour with the lights out.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when complete dark,
And it felt.
and it felt fine.
I feel like
I don't ever feel anything bad there. I just think because it's a lot of tragedy there, like it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
all the
It's
emotions.
just sad. Like
emotions.
it's so heavy. Just
Right,
walking by,
right.
But you don't really
heavy.
feel it.
The
there.
residual haunt that's going on there with her taking her own life. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Yeah.
all that
And the
stuff.
And being the
And the
tree still
hanging.
being there.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
So how old would you say that you started recognizing like I'm seeing things that are other
Young.
people
I
don't
want to say
see?
at least like
When we were in our
I want
Highland house.
yeah, my Highland house. I don't think I really understood it. I was always scared though. Like I'd always go to Lyzette. I would always hear stuff. A lot of the time
Unfortunately.
they found me hiding under my bed. I would hide under my bed a lot. That was just what felt like where I was safe.
Under your bed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, not me, because I'd be like, what's
Yeah.
under there?
It's because I had like my old school little heart bed, so it was like a hiding spot for me. Like
Yeah.
how my room was set up, like it made me feel safe because
Well,
I was
her
like,
room was scary too. She had all those toys. She had Bella growing up. It was like a toy wonderland.
Yeah.
And you should remember,
Yeah.
would spend the night. You would sleep on that rock in the bed. She had her like this one little rocking
I had that
horse,
bed forever.
old school like swap meet status. You know when you go to those toy stands, they had like a horse, like a rocking horse, and a little cowgirl on it. Well, when you turned on, the horse's eyes would turn red, and it would rock by itself. Tell me why. It went off. We were sleeping together in her room. It went off once, rocking, and we freaked out. We called my dad, and my dad took it out, and he was like, I heard him close the door. He was like, okay, I took it out. It's probably just messing up. We turned on the TV for a little bit because our TV had a timer.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And he closed the door, and I heard him whisper to my mom, dude, there's no batteries in here. How is it going off? I was like, oh, fuck, let's go to sleep, go to sleep.
Yeah,
go to
so
sleep.
I was
Go to
at that
sleep.
age. It was just me thinking like I was being a chicken
Yeah.
Yeah.
growing up. But I probably am thinking back to it now. Like as I'm growing up, I think about all that stuff, and I'm like, there's probably something in the room with me that I didn't comprehend as a kid.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times too, like I would always like to go into my closet,
Okay.
and I think there's like a lot of connections with our closet. Like Nico,
Yes,
when he was the
closets.
same age as me at that time, in our apartment in Rialto, which was super haunted. Like that one is where I have most of my memories from.
Mind you, they lived across the street from the oldest church in all of
The-
Yeah,
Rialto.
it was called the Portal. They labeled
literally
it the
called
Portal.
it the portal. The alarms would go off all the
And they
time.
literally lived, guys, across the street
Yeah.
from it.
So,
Like it was their front
was
porch.
horrible.
Across the street was the church.
It was like catty corner, like the opposite corner.
think-
Yeah.
right there.
I think it's funny, as not funny, but even like us going to visit, like, I'm not spending the night, girl.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You
You know
know what?
what's
Spend the
funny?
night, come to
We
my
went
house.
out,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
all the time. And I
Yeah.
tell them, okay, go ask my mom. Go ask my
Yeah,
mom.
yeah. I'm like, I'm not sleeping here, but you can come to my house. Like, you're tripping.
But even then, like
Your guys'
Rosewood,
Rosewood was
remember,
haunted.
we would all be in bed, us three, Jess, Ash, and me, and they
I'd
had
go
an
sleep
old
with
school box
Andrew and
TV
Anthony.
where you needed a remote control, that specific one.
Mm-hmm.
We
I remember
were
that
all
story.
fighting, so my Nina, Ashley, and Jess's mom would come in and yell at us, took the remote, put it on the dresser next to the TV, and the TV was turning off and on, off and on, off and on, and we're
Or it
like,
would
what
flip
the
through
fuck?
channels.
It would
Yeah,
flip- it would change
I
channels.
remember that too when we were all in
Oh,
your room.
You see, is
All
it
of us
is
kids.
it people? It's the people. That's what I'm saying. I have a theory that it followed our parents from that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
strongly believe so because some of the stories, like they said, like the kind of stuff they messed with, you know.
Hey, imagine the stuff they haven't told us.
For
That's
real.
That's what I'm thinking. Put
know what I
them
mean?
against
Like-
a lie detector. See what they tell us.
There's probably
What
some
y'all
shit that
do?
you're just
We
like,
should be
oh
like, what
yeah,
the-
we
I'm
should.
straight up. What'd
What
you
did you
do?
guys give us?
They've admitted to some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they
so I
played
don't
with,
know.
Ouija boards.
Hey, that's why
and-
nowadays
Yeah.
they're like, don't play with the Ouija board, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that,
Well,
don't light
why
a
do you
candle.
know?
You're
Why do you know?
like, yeah, like why? You know what I mean?
But yeah, so I think just for me, the youngest, it was 6 in the Highland house, always feeling stuff. That's why I was always constantly hiding under my bed because a lot of my memories weren't like us having fun times in the house. A lot of it was me hiding under my bed,
yeah.
and I don't know why. Like, I
Mind you,
never-
we've moved on to to your other home now.
Yeah.
Apart from the first house that we spoke about, which was the
Yeah,
in
San
San
Bernardino.
Bernardino.
So San Bernardino was when I was a baby. So Highland was when I was about 4, and then we soon after like left that house, and we stayed at my grandparents' house, and then we went to an apartment in Rialto, and that's the one that we're talking about across the street from the church. And at that age, I would like to go away for like a week to Hemet to my other cousins,
Yeah.
and they didn't tell us that I had left once.
Oh yeah, that shit was
And
crazy.
she saw a little girl in the hallway, and she was calling out to it, thinking it was me, but I was already gone in Hemet.
Yeah, I was in the bathroom getting ready, and then I seen a shadow run past me. So it was my room, mine and Bella's room, and then my parents' room right across from the bathroom.
Yeah.
So at first I was like, Bella, what are you doing? Get ready. We're about to leave. And then my mom heard me saying Bella, and then my mom was like, what are you talking about? Bella's not here. She's with your tia. And I was like, you're lying. Stop messing with me, Mom. Like, stop messing with me. I was like, where's Nico? And she's like, Nico's still sleeping. I haven't woke him up yet. And I was just like, you're kidding me. I just seen something go into my room. She's like, you're just going crazy. You're just
Yeah.
going crazy.
And
Like, no, I swear, I seen something.
Yeah.
And with the hallway, like we would always like have the hallway light off because electricity bill. So if you're sitting on the couch in our living room with like how it was set up, you would always see like a black tall shadow figure just standing in the darkness of the hallway. Like you could tell when it's like the different darkness levels.
Yeah.
You'd see the outline of like a man just standing there staring at you while you're sitting on the couch just trying to watch TV.
No. That's when we pay extra for the electric bill. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you sleep with your TV on.
Yeah, no
And
doubt.
then we had bunk beds for a while before me and Lyzette just converted to like just sleeping on the same bed. Because it was a small apartment, just 2 bedrooms, 1 bath.
Yeah.
So we had bunk beds, and I slept on the top. And this is like where I started realizing like a lot of the time my dreams were connected to like what I'm sensitive to.
Yeah.
And I would see like crawling things like coming out of my closet at times when I would wake up and I would just sit there. And I realized like a lot of the time it was my sleep paralysis, and I was like seeing things in my head like what was going on. And so I would just see like shadow figures walking around our room a lot.
Is that like when you decide like, okay, fuck that, I'm gonna block this out?
No, it didn't start until right before we moved. No, actually, it didn't. I didn't
No,
block
when
it
we
out until my
moved.
freshman year
When
because I didn't really understand it still.
Right.
We weren't really deep into it, and I was still like trying to figure out like what's going on. Like I just called it nightmares. I just
Right.
kept telling myself it was nightmares. I have insomnia. That's why I was always scared to sleep growing up, and I had sleep problems. I
Yeah.
was always scared of the dark because I started thinking like of everything that I kept seeing at night.
Yeah.
Right.
Every night, it was always something I saw walking around, standing next to Lizette's bed. Because I would look over everything.
I would tell her, don't tell me that. Don't tell me till the morning. Do not wake me
And,
up. Don't tell me if I'm asleep.
And one of the things that happened was I had a really bad dream. Like I really thought me and Lyzette were in the room watching TV. This was a dream, or at least I'm hoping it was a dream. We were sleeping in the room. We're not sleeping. We're watching TV, but we're actually sleeping in real life.
Yeah.
And how my room was based was our actual room door was always to the left, and our closet was next to it. We hanged up our towels behind the door. So Lyzette was yelling at me that I didn't hang up my towel. So I threw it over there, like trying to piss her off to be an asshole. And it landed
Still
on
an asshole,
something.
guys.
It landed on something. It didn't fall to the floor. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You throw a sheet over.
Yeah. Conjuring type shit.
Yeah.
And then
exactly.
it flipped off, and it was like a black figure, like tweaking, like shaking its head. And it started, and then I felt myself not being able to move, like I couldn't breathe, like if something was pushing on my chest, and it was
sleep paralysis.
yeah,
Wow.
and it was coming around our bed, and Lyzette was just staring at me, and it came and it was pulling me,
Oh shit.
and Lyzette woke me up that day
Yeah, because
because I was freaking out.
she was freaking out in her sleep. Like, I could hear it because it was a metal bunk bed, like a futon at the bottom. And so you would hear the creak every time Bella would move. So I was just like, what the hell is this girl doing? Like, so I would stand on my bunk bed and I'm just like, Bella, wake up, Bella, wake up. And she wouldn't wake up. And then she finally got up and she was like, I couldn't wake. I thought I was awake. What are you talking about? I was like, no, you're sleeping, dude. And then so she had asked to come sleep with me. And then let's
That's
go tell
when-
mom and dad. And then they're just like, oh, it's just your dreams. Go to sleep. I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was constantly told, that it was a lot of my dreams, and so I would kept having sleep paralysis at least like twice a week, like that kind of stuff twice a week growing up.
That's
Jesus.
scary.
And I would tell Andrew a lot about this, so that's why Andrew was always scared to stay the night with me. I told him about all of this because if you seen like me sleeping, I would like have really bad night terrors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Jesus, that's a rough
Childhood, I
childhood,
guess.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
They were traumatizing you every night.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
I'm not sleeping. I don't care.
I know. I mean, again, growing up, I spent the night a couple times. I paintball with your dad, my uncle, and so we'd spend the night, and me and my cousin, and we'd sleep in Bella's room
Yeah.
on a little. Okay, this is how scared we were. She had a twin bed,
Right.
rock, like hard as a rock.
and me and this my cousin another
giant.
large kid.
He's a giant.
Okay, we would share this bed because we were like, "Fuck that, dude!
Oh,
You
man.
sleep on the couch." I'm like, "Nope." You sleep? Nope. All right, cool. And we'd bunk up in the bed, dude. And it was freezing in that house because it was all made of tile.
Tile.
Yeah.
The whole house.
So the next morning,
The
we're
little
loading out,
tiles.
and my uncle, my Tojosa, had a office with like his punching bag and stuff in there.
Yeah.
And I swear to you, I was sitting in his truck waiting, and this is like 7 in the morning. He's an early riser.
Yes,
7 in the
yes,
morning,
yes.
we're freezing our
Yes,
ass out,
he
gonna
is.
go paintball, and I see the blinds of that office go like this, just open up, and then close up.
Like
And I was
someone's
just
looking
like-
at you.
Yeah, you'd always hear in that house too,
Yes.
like you'd hear things walking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Because
room
the
was
tile,
the-
you hear the feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my room was the front of the house, and we had those old school blinds, and I had a waterbed too.
Mhm.
And the
Mhm,
way
yeah.
my bed was against that window, so I covered about half of it, and then my TV was in front of it, so you would get the moonlight coming in. You could see the glare on my TV. Like one of the first weeks we were living there, I seen something in the middle of the night. I woke up, something woke me up, and I looked at the TV. It was off, and I could see a figure of like a little girl. But I
Oh, I
kept trying to
remember
talk
this.
myself out of it. I was like, "There's something on my
Yeah.
little chair. You know, those little circle chairs that like
Yeah.
foldable."
Yeah.
I was like, "There's something on the chair. It's probably a pile of clothes. Like it's nothing." I fell asleep. I woke up again, still there, but on the other side of the TV. Like it moved, and I was like, "Fuck! I don't want to get up. I don't want to go get Bella. Like I don't want to get it up because if it's there, like I don't want to walk past it."
Right.
And I was just like, "Go to sleep. It's not there. It's just it's in your head. Go to sleep." And then I fell
Gaslighting
asleep and
yourself.
I woke up again, and it was still dark, and it was gone. And I
Yeah.
was like,
crazy.
"Fuck! There was really something there. It's gone. It's not there no more."
I think it's crazy to the point where it was making itself known to you guys that often.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
it wanted to know, like it was like messing with you so much that you couldn't even realize you were sleeping or you're awake. You
Yeah,
know?
I didn't. That's why I said I didn't start getting in control of it until freshman year because a lot of people, like friends wise, like I have a crazy story that I don't share with people because like it made me like feel like people wouldn't believe me.
Yeah.
I probably never told you guys. this story.
100%. 100%. I mean, just listening to you now, you're just like, God damn, girl.
I
like,
am, girl. I'm
you
like,
good?
That's I keep a closed book for everything that happened to me. Like
Right.
I you know me. You bought me a bunch of art stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of that art stuff I drew a bunch. I threw it all away.
Yeah.
I was trying to start fresh when I turned in ninth grade freshman year. But a lot of the art stuff you got me, I drew all the stuff that I saw.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh,
like that,
Hell
those
no.
dreams and stuff. I drew all of it.
We could have made millions. Bella and made a movie.
Sorry, I
Could have
was
made a
scared.
movie. wrote
And
a
now we got The
book.
Conjuring, Paranormal Activity.
For real.
Yeah, all of it I drew. I sat there black and white, drew it all.
I would
That's
say it's
crazy.
crazy, considering considering everything you went through. It is crazy. Don't get me wrong, but isn't it like kids are more susceptible
yeah.
to
You're
these
innocent.
activities, right? So,
Yeah.
but the crazy thing is, again, I'm gonna go back to our parents, right? And their roots, and maybe even further than our parents, which would be our grandparents,
Yeah.
and their roots, which you guys are very well rooted
Yes, we are.
for generations of paranormal, right? For generations,
Yeah.
not just like your mom,
Yeah.
your mom's mom, her mom's mom,
Yeah.
So, is it crazy that it happened to you guys? Probably not.
not,
You know what I
but-
mean? But as a child, I
Heck
can only
yeah.
imagine like, oh shit.
Like dealing
That's
with all
that's
that.
just scary
Yes.
because it's like, is this something you pass on generation of generation?
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah,
it's
for
like,
sure.
like,
Think
you
about,
have
like-
two girls
Like
of your
Vivi,
own.
like my oldest, I know some of the people in the vendors have seen them.
Uh-huh.
My oldest, her and my mom, well, it sounds crazy, but they'll share dreams.
Yeah.
They'll share dreams. We share a wall. Like I stay with my parents, so
Uh-huh.
we share a wall. And Viv and my mom always had a bond ever since she was a baby. I don't
Oh,
understand it. She'll pick her over me every day. And
That's normal.
so they share dreams. Viv told me like a crazy dream that I didn't like believe, some like about something taking Vivi, something ugly trying to take her, and she told me. I was like, "Oh, mama, it's just a dream. It's just a dream." And then the whole night she was just waking up, tossing, turning. And then my mom the next day, she had a migraine, so she wasn't going to work. Normally I'll check on her if I don't hear her up because she missed her alarm or something.
Yeah.
She tells me like, "Oh, I'm not going to work. I have a migraine. I didn't sleep." I was like, "Why?" She's like, "I had the ugliest dream about someone trying to take Viv." She's like, and then I couldn't sleep the rest of the night. I was just tossing and turning. I was like, "Don't even lie to me. Did you hear Vivi tell me?" She's like, "No." I was like, "I swear, Vivi just told me the exact same thing."
That's true.
So like they see, like they
are
Right.
bonded.
they're bonded. They're probably like twin flames. I know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably. Well, she's
It's
a
like
Virgo,
that Twilight.
that.
What the hell is that thing called?
What?
Oh, imprinted?
Yeah, they're
Oh my
imprinted, bro.
god.
I think that's something different.
That's
Oh,
different,
man.
but good try, good try.
That was
Oh
good.
my
That was
God.
Good try, that was
Trying to
good
be
try.
hip a
But
little
then that
bit.
also like brings back to like how I had the dreams things. Like a lot
Yeah.
of the time my stuff happens in my dreams. Like that's why I had really bad insomnia growing up, and I always had to have like something on, some sort of light source. Like to this day, I sleep with the TV on.
Yeah, shit, ain't nothing wrong with that. I'll
So,
tell you right now, ain't
That's
nothing wrong
what,
with that.
that's what I'm saying. So it feels like in our family, it's all connected through our dreams. So that
Dreams.
like that's when our mind relaxes
Your
and
dream
we put our
state.
guards down. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So you must hate the movie Insidious.
I actually really like it.
That's like my biggest fear is like the astral projection and going into like
Another.
Another realm.
another realm, and they can get you in that realm, you know. And if
Oh,
you,
yeah,
that's
like,
what
you
freaks
think
me
about that a
out.
lot.
I mean, but
trap
realistically,
you
they
in
can
there.
get you in real life.
Right, but don't
Yeah,
mess with my
100%.
dreams, bro. Like anything but my sleep. That
No.
pisses me off.
No, the like craziest feeling in the world is probably not even astral projecting, but you being asleep or getting woken up by that. Like in our newer house, when we first moved in, my closet door would swing open, and I legit, I'm not even gonna lie, probably at 19, I fucking took my pillow and blanket and I slept on the floor of my mom's room. And that shit like flung open. I closed
Oh
it.
yeah, her room
Because it
was
opened,
always
and I was
getting
like, you know
attacked.
what? It was probably just because it's an old house.
Yeah.
And no, I
What ab-
closed it and it flung open.
What about after the big remodel?
After the.
I know that you guys had a major remodel in your
Yeah.
home now. Was there anything? Because they say, once you've disturbed
Well,
Their
it's
home?
Their home. Well, like we confirmed that there's an older guy that owned the place because
Yeah.
my dad did our remodel. He's like a
Mhm.
jack of all trades, and he found an old picture of newspaper clippings in like where the chimney was.
Oh no.
Yeah, because we
And,
destroyed the
like
chimney.
straight like a movie scene. Like he's seen like the clippings of a newspaper in a picture, and my sister and I, we always hear like the doorknobs jiggling.
Yeah,
when
for
we're in
the first
shower.
like 4 years that we lived there, for like before the remodel,
Yeah.
they would always come. I think Andrew heard it a couple times. It would come up to my door
And
and jiggle
jiggle
the
it.
doorknob because my room is technically the master bedroom.
Yeah.
Right.
But my parents didn't want me and Nico to be in the front of the house. Like someone breaks in through the front window.
Right,
They didn't
right.
want us to be there, so they switched the rooms because they're like 2 inches difference.
Right.
So they're like, whatever.
Right.
So I'm technically in the master bedroom. So you would always hear something come up and jiggle my doorknob, trying
Right.
to get in.
And then like when we're showering, you'll
Oh, yeah.
hear whistling.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
it'll whistle at you.
It'll whistle at you while
And
you're
then,
showering.
You're like, whoa,
And
brother,
when
you
you're,
gotta take
when
me
you're
to dinner.
showering, especially if you're home alone, you hear the footsteps, the doom doom, because we have
Yeah.
wood floor and we're like on a lifted house because it's an older house.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear like
Yeah,
the
he walks
footsteps.
heavy.
He walks heavy, so we
Ew,
know
it's like an
him.
old creep kind of. Like,
Yeah.
why are you whistling
Yeah,
at
he'll
me?
whistle at you in the shower.
You looking at my goodies, bro?
Yeah, for real.
One time, I seen his shadow figure like peek into the shower, like
Yeah.
actually peek
Like
in.
peek over.
We
Yeah.
see them, like we feel them, but he's not like
He's
we-
like whatever. He's like just going about his day.
We know when it's like a new energy in the house. My mom,
She
is
just knows.
She knows. My mom knows. We all know. Like we can't sleep. We're fighting. Like we know when the energy's off. We're like, all right, open up the windows. Time for Olympia. Like
Uh huh.
it's
But does it come to a point where it's like, it's fucking Wednesday, like same shit? You're gonna see something usually.
Yeah,
like,
like
are you used to it now?
the foot. Like the.
Well, it's calmed down a
it's
lot.
calmed down a lot, but just like the walking is what we always hear.
Mm-hmm.
just compared to like.
But
what we
again,
got
that's
used
something
to.
that you guys are just used to because that's just a residual. Somebody that lived there
Yeah.
for probably decades, And
Yeah.
But that's crazy is the fact that everywhere they go, whoever was like prior to there
Makes
Yeah.
himself
makes
known.
themselves known to them. Like, oh, they're cool.
I think it
They're
goes
gonna,
back.
they don't
but-
mind.
Exactly. It goes back to the fact that they're rooted in that area, right, for generations. From their mom's mom to her mom.
Yeah.
So to be in that mix, spirits. I'm
Yeah.
assuming know
Oh yeah.
who
'cause
they can
They,
communicate
it's like they can
with.
feel
Right.
it.
They
They
can
can
feel
feel
it
their
just like-
energy.
Just like she can feel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I was at the cemetery.
Uh-huh.
I worked at the cemetery the other day, and at first I was terrified. I would not go into this mausoleum,
I wouldn't even get out of the car.
and it was weird because I even had lunch at the cemetery. I went to go buy my lunch, and I brought it back to the cemetery and I ate there.
Right.
But I ate on the side where these people were the late 1800s, early 1900s had
Dang.
passed.
Yeah.
These tombstones are 100 years old.
Damn.
The peace you felt there, right? It was
Yeah.
just on another level. You go across the cemetery though into the new area, sadness. But you can
Yeah.
just feel that,
The
man.
different
Feel
vibe,
it, yeah.
the
You can
shift.
feel the shift in energy, like man, from here, and it's the same cemetery.
Like
From from one end to the other.
Yeah,
It was just
the
like Jesus.
energy stays in that area. Driving home, you know, when you exit off of like Highland and it looks like you're about to get on the freeway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right there by the brick wall, and one of my, I think it was the Audi or the Kia,
Yeah, she picked me up from a football game my senior year.
and
That's the one you're talking about, huh?
yeah, we're driving back. We had the radio off because Bella was telling me all about it because it's like a homecoming.
I was
game.
excited. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I had a newer stereo. Like my dad is all techie guy, so he likes to have
Yeah.
the newest things in our cars. So it just flipped itself on, and it was skimming the radios. And then all of a sudden, we heard sirens. We're like, "What the fuck? Like, where are the sirens? All this is going off." And so we stopped. I shut it off, and I was just like, "There's nothing." I told Bella, like, "Look behind us. Like, do you see lights?" She's like, "No, there's nothing." So we hurried up and got home. And like when we were turning by the car wash,
Mm-hmm.
it was just like sadness. Me and Bella just wanted to cry. We're like, hurry
No,
up, get
I
home.
started. No, remember by the brick
Right?
wall after the sirens went off, I started bawling, crying.
Oh yeah, she's.
I was
yeah.
bawling, crying, like hysterical crying, like if someone like had just died. Like I was just sitting there and then I froze and then I just started
Yeah.
hysterical crying. Like
But it
Yeah.
was trippy because all the technology went off at the same time. Like
Yeah.
we were
And-
just chilling, driving.
Right.
my mom had to like cleanse me and help calm me down when I got home because I was like full blown and I was just having a happy moment. I just came from the homecoming game.
Yeah.
We just beat our rival
It
school.
was crazy.
Right.
And
right,
the energy was like, I'm gonna ruin her. Energy.
Yeah,
For
right.
real.
This ain't it. She's actually
But
happy.
like all the time, like even when driving with Jess, sometimes like
Yeah.
we would be like when you lived in Redlands and we were driving and you
God.
guys saw things in the back seat and things like
Oh,
that. Like
heck
to this
no.
day, I'm just telling myself don't look behind me. 'Cause I can feel something in the back seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like to this day, I can still feel it.
Okay.
That's
What
crazy.
I
car
remember
were
that.
we in? I think it was Orlando where we had that sensor that would tell you if there was somebody in the back seat.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And it kept saying
This
someone
past
was-
time?
And, yeah, dude. And then it kept saying someone's in the back seat. And I was like,
I kept saying, buckle
mean
up. You know when
somebody
you're
in the-
sitting
Yeah,
there, you have to buckle up.
yeah.
Okay, so we're in a truck, and it kept saying that. And I was like, "There's no one. It's just me and Anthony."
And you had nothing sitting in the seat.
no,
No,
it was
there
just
was-
me and Justin. We looked
I
over,
would be like, I hope it's
who
broken.
the fuck's back there?
I know. No, just is my backpack up there? No. Oh hell.
We about to put a backpack there.
I feel like whenever, like mostly if we're in the car with one of you guys, game over. Something's going down. Like for example, we
Oh,
did an
yeah.
event together
Yeah.
up in.
Oh my
Bakersfield.
god.
I didn't
yeah.
attend
You
that
didn't
one.
attend that.
Crazy.
So it
No,
was
I didn't.
Lizette and
I
my
stayed behind.
Lydia, All-Well Lita Herbals, you know the face of it. So we're carpooling, and I think it was on the way home.
It was on the way home.
hmm We were talking about on the way up, and then
On the way
shit
home,
started
something
happening to us
happened,
on,
On the way home. And this whole time we're talking about how, their experience and my Lida's experiences and energies and like spooky stories basically. And what was like the halfway point?
6 Flags.
Yeah, and you saw like not a shadow, but like an anomaly.
hmm
Go across.
Go across, right? And my Lita was like, and you're like, what the heck? And at the same time, and
Yes,
we're
they
like,
both
what's wrong with
reacted.
you?
hmm
So that just started going down, and I get to the point where everyone's quiet.
Yeah.
Like, we're like,
Yeah.
no, fuck
We were full blown
that.
conversation, letting out our dirty little secrets.
Yeah.
And
I think
quiet.
yeah, it got crazy for me when you started feeling like the ghosts were in the car.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, what the
listening.
fuck
Yeah,
is this
'cause
even possible?
My eyes started watering. Mom's eyes started watering.
Dude.
She got a headache. Jess, you got a headache too.
Well, and then check it out. And when we stopped
For gas.
for gas, I felt something was wrong with the trailer, and there was a little tack sticking out of the trailer.
Yep.
So we had picked that up on the way home, and I'm just like,
The tire could have blown.
The
yeah,
tire could
dude.
have blown.
And when I got home, I did pull that tack, and it leaked the air out.
Mm-hmm.
So that little tack almost fucked us.
And it
Yeah.
mid drive too, mentally that pulls out like Florida water spraying the car.
Yes.
And we're like, fuck
Like, nah.
that. Like we ain't talking about
Yeah.
this shit anymore. Like
Yeah.
shut
Yeah,
up.
we're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like,
It was
It was
trippy.
quiet the whole way home
It
after
was
that.
trippy. I'm telling you, it's always something going down.
Yeah, but I mean, everything we just said. Where are we at on time, Andrew? We still good? All
all
right.
right, go.
Can you give me a number?
Everything we've just went over. Did you throwing up hood signs? over there?
I don't know.
He
3
said-
minutes or 30
Is that 30 minutes?
He did it twice. Is that 60?
That's backwards. So that's just so you know.
We're at 3 minutes, guys.
30.
30,
Thank you.
all
You
right.
see, that's more accurate. When we're at 40 minutes.
With all of your guys' experience, obviously we all feel that it's connected further back than you guys, than us, than our parents. You know what I mean? Just again, and you guys specific, coming from that background. And when I mean that background, right? With your mom and how sensitive she is to this stuff. Now, would you say, let's get into the company a little bit. I hope we're okay to talk about it. Would you say that the biggest thing about All-Well Lita Herbals, with all the stuff you guys offer, was to help kind of, if anybody is kind of experiencing
Hauntings.
Yeah.
not necessarily
Attachments?
hauntings, or because obviously if it's anything severe, you're gonna go
Yeah.
further, right?
We would hope they would go.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But I'm saying the little things you guys offer, you know.
Like tub cleanse energy.
Would you say
Yeah.
that that's where it started, like to help people with like, you know, a quick cleansing,
Yeah,
quick protection, you know, stuff like that?
I think so.
I don't want to put like words in my mom's mouth, but like from my perspective, as me like joining on because I like firmly believed in what she was doing, and
Yeah,
you know it touched home for us. It was basically to bring it for people to access it easier. Like,
Yeah.
well, you know, as you know, we're Hispanic, so we're Catholic,
I think,
and
yeah.
it's like taboo. People
I was
don't-
just
Yeah.
gonna say that.
It's like taboo,
Yeah.
so like it's like a thin line between like if you hear brujeria, it's like, oh,
It
that's
rides
bad.
that fine line.
It's a fine line. So I think she just mainly wanted to be at people's fingertips a little better
Yeah.
and feel more welcome.
Right.
So
and not
I-
be so scared.
Not be so scared, because honestly, it's just like you said, it goes back to our roots. It just feels at home. It's not like, you know, it means that you're a bad person or do bad
Right.
things or like you're work with demonic things. Or
Right.
something
It's
like
not you're
that.
asking somebody to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most of it's
Slaughter
like
a
with your
goat.
energy, like
With,
the kind
like,
of energy you're putting out in
yeah.
a room, yourself, like
Right.
like just trying to give yourself like that peace of mind in your
Yeah.
space as well.
And she does a lot of research. Like she does some deep reads.
Yeah,
I know
she
she
got
shared some books with
certificates and stuff
Ashley.
like that.
So
I
Yeah.
heard recently. Yeah, I was pretty. Not to make it sound bad, but when she told me that, what was the word she used, man? It's a research thing, you know,
Yeah.
where she's researched the product going into her stuff.
Yeah, she
and
does
Yeah,
a
she
lot
does a
of
lot of
she
like
does-
behind the
stuff.
scenes
and
work.
a lot of different tweaks. She'll try it, be like, nope, this doesn't feel right. Let me do this, because she wants
Right.
to make sure she's bringing authentic things to people.
To the table.
It's not just, you know, we're just gonna call it this and say it works as, you know, it's gonna
a
work.
scam.
Yeah,
A
it's,
scam.
you
Yeah.
know, so she wants to make sure it's working. That's why when we give our products to our customers, we tell them like, reach out to us, let us know your experiences.
Right.
Let us know
And
if it helps.
crazy enough,
Yeah.
you guys have had a
lot.
great
Yeah,
Like turnaround
feedback
for that.
Yeah.
feedback from your customer
Yeah.
base, which trips me out, you know, because
Yeah.
again, I'm the biggest skeptic that walks
Yeah.
Earth, you know, but me and I
Even though all this
Until
has
you-
happened.
yeah.
and I've had
Yeah, and he's
many,
been with us.
I've had so many of your guys'
Yeah.
products that have worked for
well, we
me,
still do, yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, so
And I think too, how my Delida, obviously she's a great teacher. Like
She is.
She
will,
is,
if you were to
yes.
go up to her and ask her, hey, if you don't want to buy something off her table and you ask like, hey, what can I do at home? She'll
Yeah.
tell you what to do.
Yeah.
You
She'll
don't have
stand there
to.
for like 30
not
minutes
gonna-
an hour talking
Yeah,
to you.
she's not gonna sit there and push one of her products into your
Right.
face. She's gonna sit there and explain it to you. You could buy something that's done that she made, or she will explain like how to do it on your
or
own.
where to go.
Be-
Yeah.
yeah, or where to go. Because
Yeah.
sometimes you need to touch up and refresh on certain things almost daily.
right.
So she'll give you the knowledge if you want.
She's
it,
very
you know?
knowledgeable for sure on all
Which
this.
Yeah.
is which is always cool because I'm super interested in that topic and
I think again,
dabble like read in it, talk
and
about
again,
it.
it's just a cool thing because you guys broke the scene, you know, with this taboo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that everybody
it's
firmly believes.
bad.
Oh my God, you can't
Or
do
witchcraft. Like we've
Exactly.
like at some of our events we've had people say like, I am this religion and you know I believe in God, so I don't want to cross that line. Like, is this like devil stuff? And we're like, no, nothing at all. Well, it's just like, if you want to look at it plain and simple, it's herbs and intentions and crystals. Like,
Yeah.
And
it's not like you're signing yourself away to something like you see in the movie.
We didn't say to prick your
Exactly.
finger and
Yeah.
put it
Sign
here.
Sign
please.
here. And
I think it's even
You're
crazier
in debt to
because
this.
like
Yeah.
us, we're Catholic. We grew up Catholic, so we always grew up wearing rosary,
Yeah.
or wear the bracelet with the different saints.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, but that's not
Witchcraft.
dabbling. You're
Yeah,
not
it's not-
dabbling in that
Yeah.
witchcraft,
Right.
Or
Yeah.
when they're walking into the church, they're saging the
They're
damn
saging.
church.
Right.
Yeah, like-
And
Wait,
throwing-
you said damn in church.
Oh,
in the same
sorry.
sentence?
Sorry.
Oh God, and strike her
sorry.
down, not me, not me, Mister.
No, okay, look. When it comes to church and God, I never really believed in the church. I thought that they were always full of crap kind of thing because
Oh,
they were
damn.
always
We're going
passing
this route?
around. Well, they were always passing around the damn basket like 3 times during the damn church. Like, damn, you want that much money?
I got a quarter.
I got $1, but I want elote outside, so I'm not giving you my $1. You know.
Right?
For
So
real.
I've always
The
had
parents,
that.
you sit here quiet. I'll
Yeah.
get you a elote.
I've always had that struggle of like believing in the church. That's why I like that movie Stigmata so much,
Yeah.
and just believe like you don't need to go to church to
Have a
relationship with God. Like, no, I don't
Yeah.
need to go sit there listen to a guy read the Bible to me.
Damn. That shit
Lecturas.
went deep,
Sorry,
right?
I'm just saying. Like, I just always
the
hated
church
that.
is crazy. Like the Vatican and things like that. Like one of the movies I tell Bella all the time. This like makes me think. Like 2 movies is the which one was it that I was trying to watch? This
The
weekend?
Devil Inside.
The Devil Inside and Pray
That
for
has
the
a lot
Devil.
to do for the Vatican.
Like those 2, like it. Oh, I'm just like, dude, are you serious? They probably do this shit and they hide it from us.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Or even the movie
Like-
The Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
that
one
one.
It's like a
Yeah.
thin line, like what they want to believe. Like they believe in like the oils. They
Yeah.
believe in the sage. But then if you use it, if it's not a priest using it, then you're a witch.
Right.
It doesn't make
Burn her.
sense. Yes.
Burn her at
It's-
the
It
stake.
doesn't make sense. It's
It's
just
Very
mind-boggling.
contradicting. It's very
It's very
contradicting.
Yeah,
contradicting.
it makes it confusing for a lot of like super religious people that would like to be involved in that stuff because
Right.
it is interesting to go a natural route for certain remedies too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's like that's why it's called herbals too.
Right.
Because we like to be naturals, like tea bags and all that. It's
Herbal,
all natural.
Over smokes, which does
Yeah.
really well for you guys. You know, helps calm anxiety.
Our tea totes.
Yeah. But going back to like the church thing, don't get me wrong. I 100% believe
Oh, yeah.
agree with Jess about how sometimes like, nah, I don't got that. I don't even got money. Which you
Yeah.
don't have to give.
Yeah.
But I believe like, okay, same thing. You have your relationship with God, and if you want to, I don't know, feel closer.
Mhm.
You know, you
Yeah.
go to a holy
Yeah.
area,
Yeah.
which makes sense. You know,
That makes
to a point.
sense.
But I'm not one to go every Sunday.
Yeah, no.
Not anymore, at
Not
least.
anymore.
No,
Well, grandma don't
well,
Not
force
when we
us
were
no more.
forced.
That's when we
literally.
lived
I
in
remember
the
that.
free.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Every
I'd be
Friday
asleep in
night, we
church.
all meet up
Every
with the
Friday night
family
we meet up.
Yes.
and go to church and like, oh,
Yeah,
man,
dude. Because
like,
grandma would force everybody.
Everyone.
Everyone.
The whole
And I was
family.
And
like-
that's how much my grandma has power over us, guys.
Yes.
I fell
telling you,
asleep at
Hispanic
church. I remember that. I
households.
put on my dress just to go take a nap at church.
Uh-huh.
Because it was a Spanish one and I didn't
I
know
don't know
Spanish
how
that
the
much.
fuck me and Jessica ended up next to grandma every time, though, dude.
She
Dude,
would
I
make
know.
And
us.
it's like, fuck.
because you guys were going to school at the time, so she wanted to test your knowledge.
Dude, going to school too, like I went, you guys finished it.
It's
I didn't finish
expensive.
it.
Yeah.
But I think that's like one of the biggest, don't get me wrong, I love God. Don't throw me down
Yeah.
to hell.
Yeah.
But, but I don't know. I just feel like it's just the biggest gimmick that you have to jump through all these hoops to
Qualify?
qualify for
Yeah.
certain
To
be
things.
enough.
Like,
To qualify
like,
for
I
his
just want
love.
to save my baby's soul and baptize them. I gotta go to school for this.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
I gotta give you $200 to baptize someone. Come on, man.
It's
Make
a
it make
donation.
sense, bro.
It's a
Right.
donation.
Even in church school, yeah, it was the Spanish version. I don't know
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
my mom did that to us. Like, first of all, she went to English one.
Well,
That's
it wasn't mom,
rude.
it was grandma.
Okay, whatever.
Our,
And-
our-
and you know
our-
what?
Our amazing grandmother now is in her late
Great
80s.
grandma.
Great
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 grandma.
grandma, late
We love her.
80s, you know, we love her to death. She has dementia now, so now she's not as strict on like quizzing you.
Uh huh.
But back then she was a stickler.
Yeah, she
Oh,
was.
fuck,
She would
dude.
randomly tell you guys, "Come here."
Yep.
Mhm.
Persínate.
Yeah.
And Ashley
That's
was
the
always
devil.
the bully at
You
that
forgot,
time.
and if you forgot, it's the devil making you
Yep,
forget.
yep,
Yeah.
exactly. But like the church school, it was the same stuff. I'm not gonna say crap because Ashley already got me in trouble. The same stuff in both classes that we took. And it was so dumb. We would
Yeah.
sit there for hours on a Sunday or Saturday.
Sunday,
Oh, my
Sunday.
favorite days were the rosary days where they made you go through the rosary like 3 times.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't even remember anything.
The only reason I
That's
remember
how
is because
traumatic
they'll
it
be
was.
like,
You shut it out.
yeah, it was just like, oh, this is
I missed some fishing
this is
trips
what
for
you,
that shit.
pretty much they taught us how to eat the bread and put it on our tongue and say amen
Because
and all that
that's
kind of
true.
and drink
That's
wine.
true.
I do
See,
remember
and then
drinking
drink wine.
I was
like,
short.
"Oh."
I was short 6 months, so I don't qualify. And then all that schooling to not be able to get my bread and wine,
No,
man.
because we went
Stale.
for
It's
that
really
time
stale.
period. We went in Grand
It's
Terrace,
stale,
so
and the
we-
wine's gross.
They didn't want to drive us.
That's
I
don't
went,
know.
I went like once a month, and then
But I don't know how she got away with that. I would come out of practice, swim meets, and they're
Well,
like,
it's
all
'cause
right,
ours
you're
are
going to
different
church. I was
days.
like, all
Huh,
right.
for real.
it's because hers were on weekdays, so she was in the older group, and mine was only on Sundays. So my parents want to sleep in on a Sunday because it was like 7 a.m. They want you
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So
Yep.
they'd be like, "Do you want to go today?" I'm like, "No."
But let's look at it
Now-
now. Like, if you were to quiz Jess Padre Nuestro. Hit
Oh, hell,
right
I don't
now.
know.
She don't know.
She's like, I got a personal relationship.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I still have all of my rosaries. They hang up right above my desk.
And you know what, guys? We're not here bashing the church.
yeah,
or
no, we're
anything
not
like that,
bashing.
you
This
know?
was just my
Wicked
experience.
Boutique. Working after dark, bashing the church.
No,
Definitely
we're not.
But we're talking
No.
about strictly talking about that fine line.
Yeah, that gets
that we're
blurred a lot.
Yes, the blurred line that rides that path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
with,
both
brujeria and
both
church, yeah.
lines want good in the outcome. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
it's like it
You're doing
reminds-
something for the good.
Yeah.
You know, nobody, at least here, is doing it for like, I want to kill that person. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So I mean, can you? I'm sure. But so,
Right.
same with the church. They used to just kill people in like the massacre of those days. You know, if
Just
you weren't
watched the
Christian,
movie with
massacre.
is it Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called? The Pope's Exorcist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that one.
Like, is that for real?
Oh.
Is that
Yeah.
for real? Like, they didn't want to convert, so they killed
Yeah,
them?
that
Exactly.
was
I
real.
haven't watched that one yet.
No?
Well, that was 100% real.
That was
Which
real.
is like,
When
okay.
Christianity was sweeping the land, and if you didn't convert, dead.
Right.
Yeah, that
Which
was
is
real.
Crazy. It's crazy.
You know, but that's what I'm saying. That's what we're talking about now. Is just that line gets so blurred. It's
Yeah.
just ridiculous. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, but I mean,
100%.
yeah,
It's kind of like the movie La Llorona,
yes.
which wasn't. It was a good movie until the CGI'd her at the end fucking killed it.
Yeah.
But how he was a priest.
Right. He was a priest at
And-
1st, and then again because he rode that fine line.
They
Yeah.
let him go.
They let him go because he was considered to do witchcraft or something like that. But really, he was just, I think they're called like healers or something like that. Right?
Yeah, I think that's what he was called.
So I think the you guys have to see it when you get
The-
a chance.
the-
Oh, you want to be fucking funny?
Sorry.
Dude. Choose to be funny. All right.
Sorry,
Alright.
I was
I
there.
think she had vomit of the mouth right now. That was funny.
She's gonna get us. The one time she talks, she's gonna get us canceled and shit. No, but
For real. For real.
He kept stuttering. Now I'm just like,
Spit it out.
so the basics of that movie, you know what I mean? It's about that priest. Obviously, he was a priest in the church. He rode that fine line of trying to find more help, right?
Because he was a naturalist in a way. Like, he used
Right.
herbs and
Well, they let him go for that.
Florida water. Right.
Yeah.
Didn't like
Come
it.
to find out that the two can come together
and he'd
and
be even
defeat
more powerful.
evil, right?
Which
But-
they realized after the church couldn't help them.
exactly.
It wasn't helping. So they
Great
need
movie. Great. And I really feel that way. Sometimes
Yeah.
you need a little more.
help.
You need a push. You
Yeah,
need a push.
you need a
Hey,
little.
God put these
enhancement.
natural things here for a reason, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not just to cook. So,
God.
but anyway, I think we're going to talk about a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What movie?
Do you
We're-
believe in power of crystals though?
the what?
Like power of the like crystals.
I think that one's a
and-
little more rough for me, but yes.
Don't mess up,
As-
Matt
as
Rife.
he's-
do
Hey, I
something.
made
Yeah.
you a bracelet.
He's,
Hey,
saying,
you about to
hey,
get canceled.
he's saying this as he's wearing a bracelet, guys.
No, he's wearing the
Religiously.
bracelet I made him.
That's custom
I,
one.
I get custom bracelets, guys, because I'm a large
He's a large
boy.
man.
You know what I mean?
So
He's a
you
big
went, you went
boy.
messing with his energy.
I got. That's how often I wear.
Yeah,
it.
right,
I got a
exactly.
tan,
Exactly.
You know, but here's my thing. I'm superstitious.
Me.
Oh my god.
So when Bella gave me the bracelet, like, fuck, I can't take it off.
Okay, let me,
You know,
Wow.
random story.
so
I was in the shower yesterday.
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Random story, because I'm superstitious too.
Yeah.
And I'm scrubbing my body. And
Not closing your eyes.
Hell no, never, girl. You won't catch me slipping.
All because Jessica was like this one time.
Yeah, all the time, all the
the time.
fucking time. Anyway, so I'm scrubbing my body, and I go like that, and I look at my hand, and I was like, "Oh, my necklace broke."
Yeah.
And a necklace I've been wearing for like 6 months straight, never took it off. And you know, in your head, you're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna take it off no more," you know, whatever. So I'm like, my fucking necklace broke, dude. It was kind of like La Bamba moment. I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit, like something's gonna go wrong. You know what? In the last 2 days, in the last 2 days,
Uh huh.
I believe it now.
That's me. That's
That-
me though.
yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing because you start to believe in it.
Yeah,
know
you
what I
start
mean?
You
mentally
believe-
psych yourself into that.
Like
Yeah.
I'll go back for my bracelet or my necklace. I'll
Right,
go back home.
right.
Yeah.
I don't
Same.
care if I'm late for work. I'm like, oh, I forgot it. Whip a bitch. I just fucked my day up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
panic attack.
Or
Yeah.
if you carry something so often, you know, you're
Yeah.
just
You
used
feel
to
naked.
Well,
It.
it
So
sounds
naked.
silly, but that's just how people
I think
are.
it's just like our own, like, this is what makes me feel protected against
Right.
Yeah.
whatever.
Right. 100%.
People at home are like, no, not me. Y'all are
Yeah,
weird.
you guys are
Y'all
full of
weird.
shit.
I mean, when you see the things we've seen,
Yeah,
like
no
you need
doubt.
you need a
Well,
little
not
silver
us.
lining.
I mean, I've had some experiences, but not to that.
I'll tell you
degree.
what. I wanted
Yeah,
you guys
exactly.
to put down if you've had an experience similar to that. you know what I mean, or even close to that magnitude, because I can't sit here and say, "Oh man, yeah, I wasn't." No, nothing to that
degree.
level
Nothing to
or
that
to that
level.
degree.
Yeah,
for sure.
I could tell you that I think I've only spent the night at the Highland House maybe like once
Same.
or twice.
And it's
And that's because the one time we did, it was so cold in Lizette's room and we kept hearing footsteps. And I was like,
Oh, I remember
and we
that.
didn't even sleep.
We
I was
didn't
just
sleep.
like, I was like, no, this is the last time I
wanna
come
see
over
it.
here.
We
Unless
didn't sleep.
everyone's here, I'm not coming.
Yeah.
It was
Hey,
bad.
that's when your parents like, don't call me to come pick you up in the middle of the night.
I'm
Yeah.
crying like,
No.
fuck.
Yeah. And then I kept trying to convince you, no, my waterbed warms up. My waterbed
No,
warms
it
up.
didn't.
It didn't warm up. It was
didn't.
broken
The whole
that
time
night.
she wants to spend the night because she's fucking scared.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Not
Fuck
because she wants to
that.
hang
No,
out.
my parents were strict, okay?
Yeah.
And like, Lyzette, no, like, let's ask if you could come to our house. Like, no, it's scary here.
Yeah, Andrew would never want to spend the night.
Fuck
He would only last like an
Yeah,
hour.
right. That one time he tried to spend the night, your dad had to come back like 20 minutes later. I fucking told you to stay
Oh,
the
I
night.
remember that. Dude.
He was so mad.
I was mad at him. I didn't want to talk to him next time I saw him. I was like, man, you couldn't even laugh in my house.
And then Andrew tried to flip
I'm
it
just
and
like,
tell him,
no.
you come over. You come on. My dad's here. Come on. Bella was like, no.
I was so
I
mad
think-
at
I
him. He
think
said
though-
that to me so much.
It's awesome, you know, to think that the experiences like Bella, for example. Fuck, you should write a book. To be honest with you, you know what I mean?
I'm telling you, I got a
'cause
couple more
think
stories.
I don't think you're full of shit at all.
No, yeah,
You know
no.
what I mean? So just to hear those stories and those experiences and to what you guys are doing today is pretty neat. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like what you were able to, because you could have easily just went crazy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you
for
say
sure.
freshman year, you kind of flip the switch. You're like, fuck this. I'm gonna start
Yeah.
blocking this out. I want to change. I'm gonna do this.
I want to enjoy my life and sleep.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, 'cause it got to the point to where I was becoming too out of control with it, to where like people that I knew, they're dead ones or past ones. Sorry, I said it the wrong way. Past ones.
She
would-
said dead as hell.
their past ones would come to me in my sleep. Like my friend, her uncle got shot the night prior. Like it was Sunday night. He got shot in Mexico. My nightmare that night, I always call them nightmares, like I said, was me, like kind of being like around my age, but maybe a little bit older, and finding an uncle's body with bullet holes, and I was like screaming bloody murder, crying. And I went to school the next day, and my friend had puffy eyes, and I asked her like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "My mom just texted me that they found out that my uncle's daughter found him in the street when she was leaving for school. He got shot with a gun. He had bullet holes in him."
Damn.
So you're like,
And-
oh, hell.
And in that dream too, like he was telling me like it's okay, like I'm gonna be okay, like just be happy, like move on, live
Yeah,
your
yeah.
life. And I was like, what the heck?
Hey, Bella was like, "Fuck, I don't even know you, fool." But
Yeah.
live your life, homie.
And so when I went to school the next day, she told me that, and we're talking about this in PE because I didn't run my laps, I walked them.
Oh, you was that kid,
I
huh?
was that kid.
Damn.
I only
Hot
ran when I
Cheetos.
needed to.
She is a hot Cheeto girl. Look at her arms.
oh.
I started eating hot Cheetos until sophomore year. This was freshman year. But yeah, this is supposed to be a sad story.
And y'all started talking about hot
Damn,
Cheetos.
but
God
I
damn it.
swear, guys, we're good people. We're good people.
We just picked on
So
each other.
it was just me telling her like the whole thing after like she told me that story, and I was like dude, like it connects, and it's weird because I was like my best friend at the time, and she just broke down crying because I told her like what the guy in my dream had told me, and she's like, yeah, that sounds like exactly like how her phone calls were every week because he calls her every Sunday, so she didn't get a phone call yesterday, and that's why like the day.
That day, yeah.
And that's why. So that just affected me. And then her ex's dad came to me once in a dream too. And
So
then-
people you were attached to or
yeah,
around.
it's
would
not
find
necessarily
that
random
outlet.
people. It's
Right.
just
No,
people,
of course. Of
people
course.
I was like close to. Like even one of my prior exes to when I was like 15. Again,
Mm-hmm.
like freshman year. His uncle had passed like a year prior to me meeting him, and one of the times the uncle came to me too. Telling to tell him that he needs to get his life together because he was going down a bad path.
Yeah.
So it was just stuff like that, like those experiences. Like I felt like at that point it was too much. Like I didn't care if it was just me seeing stuff in like those dreams, but I didn't want to be the one to give people like their messages. Like it
Right.
hurt me too. I'm very sensitive. You guys know I cry a lot.
Yeah.
So
I remember your 21st.
Dang, we have to go there.
the last time Ashley partied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My 21st.
No, I was
Was
just
it?
pregnant.
I
Huh?
I was pregnant in
I guess-
July.
Gay partied.
No,
That's
you
game.
Yeah, I got gay.
That was
yeah.
her 20th.
Oh yeah.
That was the year
was her-
prior.
yeah,
I
that was the year
I
prior.
blacked out.
She was blackout. She kept telling everyone she loved
Everyone
you.
turns
You
up
know
at
Yeah,
my
that's
birthday
when you know
parties.
she's drunk when she
If
says
she
she
tells
loves
you
you.
she loves you,
doesn't mean
she's
it.
gone.
Yeah,
she
she
doesn't
started telling me
remember.
she loved me.
Hey, this ain't about me. This
I
ain't about
heard
me.
I
that.
switched.
Yeah.
This year since she couldn't, I got her husband drunk.
Yeah, never
He
again.
was blackout drunk.
Disgusting drunk.
That
Yeah.
just means my parties are the good parties.
Yeah.
They are.
Have this turn party. You see?
Anyway,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
bad. My bad.
So that's when you decided, like, this isn't for me. Like, I'm
and
not
then,
doing this.
I just started like looking into stuff and like meditating a lot and like kind of like grounding myself. And the trick that like my mom told me at that point, because I let everything out to her, because I was just keeping it in, because I was constantly getting in trouble for like staying up, wanting
Yeah.
to be on my phone, like not wanting to sleep, because I was scared to sleep.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of like a freaking Nightmare on Elm Street situation.
well, they got murdered. So she was telling me like just think of the house and think of like making a perimeter around the whole house
Yeah.
and like around the property line and saying like you can't, like nothing's coming in, nothing's coming out, like only to keep the good energy and like my ancestors that care for me and actually want to look out for me.
Are allowed in.
And I was doing that every night, all the way up until like 2020. Like now I calm down. I do it like every so often. Like when
Yeah.
I feel like like ooh, like
Yeah. Something's
it's
coming.
been happening a little
Like
bit more
if
often.
you've seen Doctor Strange, those are her boxes.
No,
I mean,
Dr. Sleep,
Dr.
not Dr.
Sleep.
Strange.
I was like, damn.
I completely messed
Avengers?
up. Doctor Sleep. That's her boxes.
She said Avengers.
So yeah, it was that kind of thing. That's what I had to do to start calming it down, because it was just getting to the point where it was just happening back to back to back, and it was just overwhelming.
Yeah.
I wasn't sleeping as a kid.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's probably why I'm short.
Absolutely not.
That's your genes, honey. Genetics.
Yeah,
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 100%.
yeah. Sorry.
Your mom isn't that tall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know she's gonna watch this.
I know. I'm just
Our
kidding.
grandpa's literally called Shorty.
Yeah.
I know. That is
Crazy, man. But when you guys go back and watch like films, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. What's a good film? Any of the Exorcist films or any like Emily Rose, or does that ever like
That's bullshit.
open up any wounds, or you're just like, it's really not like that? You know what I mean?
Honestly, we wake up and watch like scary movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like what we do in
See,
the
that's
morning.
good then.
But
you know?
that's what we do. Like I don't know if that's our
But
way
honestly,
of like
Coping.
desensitizing, coping.
I think that's why, like I was saying earlier to you guys, like prior to all this, that I think it's really hard for me to be scared of anything, because
Yeah.
I've seen a lot
'Cause
of
you
like
lived it.
I've seen a lot of crap in real life. Like for me,
Yeah.
like to go to these horror mazes, like I said, like it was my first time ever going to horror nights this year, and I didn't really get scared at all.
Yeah.
It was mainly my brother like jumping on my back.
Yeah.
He's the sheltered one though.
And he's like, and by the way, guys, he's like 6 foot. Okay, I'm 5'2", he's 6 foot.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's really hard for me to get scared. Like I think I got scared like once last week, and I was surprised because my mom actually got me.
Yeah.
But it's really hard for me to get scared. Like I don't react. Like nothing like shocks me anymore. Like even like at our current house, I will say the only thing, like you guys said, like the footsteps, the whistling,
Right.
and the only other thing you'll see is like if you're in our living room, our hallway, like how our current house is right now. You'll see like things peeking out from around the corners.
Okay.
But you're like, that's more toned down. For
Doable.
you. Like,
Yeah,
you can
because
manage
like
it.
in my opinion, it just feels like it's curiosity.
Right.
Yeah, it's not scary. Like me, they yell at me. There's literally a light switch in the hallway right next to my door. I gotta use the restroom. I just walk in the dark to the bathroom. If I want to go to the restroom, I won't turn on the light. I just go in the dark. Bella's seen me before. She's caught me going in the bathroom in the
What are you
dark.
doing?
Because, like, it's just, I don't know, it's our norm now, I guess.
Not
Like,
to me, because if I see something peeking at me around the corner, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, I was
Oh,
just kidding.
hell, who's touching my doorknob? I live alone. Like, oh, no. Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely
nuts,
not.
dude.
That's
But
insane.
yeah.
I think we hit all the bullets. We
Did we?
actually did it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
That. Where we at?
All
What?
right.
Damn.
So
that's
before
not
we
even
leave, though, we
up.
want to know what would be all your guys' crazy ass experiences. What would be your favorite film in horror?
Your favorite
Ooh,
scary movie.
Oh my god.
favorite scary
You go
movie.
first. Let me think about this.
I mean, it's hard. Like I said,
Like
our,
you
our
gotta categorize
family,
it like slasher.
like, our family is okay. So
All
our
time. Like, you can watch it on
time.
repeat and not get bored of it.
so for me,
Don't even say The Shining right now.
No.
Okay.
I love The Shining, but that's a different kind of
Yeah,
love.
you get bored after a while.
Yeah.
So for like sentimental reasons, I have to say Scream. Our favorite quote in the movies is like, "I'm feeling a little woozy."
Oh, okay.
That's what my mom. You
Yeah.
always hear my mom and
I
say
have heard her say
Yeah,
that.
we
I've
wrote
heard
that
her
a
say
lot.
that.
Sentimental reason, Scream.
that. Yeah. Sorry, guys. That's our family dynamic.
Oh man.
But personal, I think Don't Come For Me. I like Jeepers Creepers.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
I like that movie
Original?
because we
think-
saw it.
Right. I
Original.
think I love the way we watched that movie.
Yeah, it was
Growing up
perfect.
too. Going
Yeah.
back to growing up, we were always at the drive-in. My
Yeah.
dad was to sneak.
We always used to sneak in,
and we'll watch a scary movie.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and we watched it in the back of a
You would
truck
just go
Back
like
of the
this.
truck with the
Hey,
mattress.
dog,
with the mattress
with
and
the-
looking up like, oh crap.
Hold on, no, because you would just steal the movie. Because you would just go like park next to the other screen, right? And be like,
Oh, yeah.
what's the radio channel for that movie? And boop, put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
we'll
know?
watch like 3 movies in
Yeah.
one night.
The kids will be in like one car, and then the bigger kids and the parents would be in another car watching the scary movie. Pizza.
Pizza, freaking
Snacks.
Driving in years.
sodas. You know, I drove by it the other day.
It still goes.
So many memories just hit me in the head
I went
hard.
I went to watch Wonder Woman. The movie was boring. But like I was sitting there like, dude, this is
Nostalgia
crazy.
hit you?
Like
I still go to the drive-in. I still go.
Really?
We still go.
Well, last time I went, I got food poisoning.
Oh, her.
You just have the luck.
Note to self: take your own shit.
Yeah, take your
No,
own crap.
I took Domino's.
Oh,
Aw, hell.
It was my first date.
Oh
Good.
crap, that's the worst.
JK.
Choro on the first date? No, that's crazy.
man.
She was like, I think I gotta go to the bathroom.
She missed the whole movie.
Straight white chicks.
Oh man, we haven't been back since because he feels like it's bad luck now.
Yeah.
Blowing it up.
And
Oh my
what would be
God.
your favorite film?
Scream is our family movie, but my personal favorite is Sinister, the first one.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good
That's a
one.
good one. That's a
love
dark
Sinister.
one.
That's like her
There's something
life.
wrong with that girl. Be careful. Did
Yeah.
you not just hear her stories?
Ask
And
her.
she just-
I lock my door at night because she'll juggle my door.
She's
Open
just
the
hit.
door. No.
I think that's one
no.
of the worst mental
it?
mental fuck movies you can get.
That's
Like,
my favorite
Can I
movie.
change my answer?
No.
wow.
She said
Yeah,
Sinister.
hey.
First one.
It's because it's like one of the first movies in like a long time when I first watched it. Because I didn't start watching horror movies until like maybe junior year. Of
She
high
was
school.
banned.
Mm.
She got banned from scary
And she
movies.
saw Sinister. She's like, this is beautiful.
But no, because I watched a bunch of scary movies, like everyone like Scream and all that, and like none of it like scared me, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like Nightmare on Elm Street, all of that. None of it scared me. But when I watched Sinister, like I was like, oh shit, like
She's like, shit, I kind of felt like that was me, dude.
Right.
oh, this shit's
And
scary.
she's all like, I saw that food too.
Hell no. You see something like that, I'm out.
Fuck that, dude.
I would go sleep in
I'm
the church.
shocked. I'm actually shocked that would have been your answer.
Yeah.
You never heard her say that?
No.
yeah, I've always said
Sinister's pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
dude.
He's like, I actually haven't talked to Bella in a few years until
Yeah,
today.
you know what? Fuck.
I'm usually the quiet one in the corner, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
we know why.
And she was like, she weird.
And that, every time we see her at a party now or Christmas, we're like, hey, it's gonna be like this. Oh shit, there's Bella right there. Hey, what's up, Bella?
We're gonna have to hide her at events now. She's going to the table.
Yeah.
Now it's
Yeah.
gonna go. You know, our hugs are like. Anthony's gonna be like, oh hey, Bella.
Yeah.
Don't hug me.
Girl, hi, how you doing?
She said, favorite is Sinister. Like, what the
That's
fuck?
a good movie, though.
I know
is a
y'all have
movie.
seen Sinister. It's a great movie, but that movie right there, dude.
Even the second one. Is
The
But I
second
think,
one's
like,
good too.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like my thought when it comes to horror movies, I'm like, damn, who thinks of this shit? Like,
you probably.
I mean, I didn't direct
Somebody
the movie. I read
had
it.
somebody had a dream.
Right?
Okay.
Literally.
I always think it's great that you brought that point up because that's how I think of films too. Like when these groundbreaking films like Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven created this image, this fantasy of this guy, you know. So it's like, dude, what is wrong with you,
No,
bro?
he really said that, like, we're going to make a preschool
Yeah.
janitor
Yeah.
into a child. You know, I'm not going to say that
Yeah,
word.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
And,
then
then,
we're gonna
we're
burn
burn
him.
him. He's gonna come back as a demon and fuck everyone
Yeah.
up. Like
Yeah.
what?
That's
Only
what
in
I'm
their
saying.
dreams.
Like, it's
The-
crazy, like, to come up with these concepts. And Sinister is based around children a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, a lot of people don't like to see kids in a bad way like that. Like, to
Yeah.
be able to do, like, the malicious stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. Like, it's crazy that someone was one day just... Because, you know, someone had to be chilling in the room one day. You're like, you know what?
kids are gonna fuck them up,
Kids are gonna kill parents.
Right.
Write that down.
and in a really bad way. you
yeah,
know?
right.
Like,
Like,
it's
burn 'em.
crazy.
Well, for the Nightmare on Elm Street, it was actually based off of something he read that happened in
Africa or something.
No,
like that,
it was Cambodia,
Oh,
where
okay.
people were dying in
In their
their
sleep.
sleep for they didn't even know why.
Wasn't that one? Of the
Oh, I didn't know
movies,
that.
too?
What?
Like a film where these people were like filming themselves because they're around the world happening to them.
Oh, I don't know.
I
It's
didn't
like
know
one
that.
of the newer ones.
Yeah.
I just made that up.
So he got his inspiration from that, and then he wrote Freddy. Yeah.
Mind you, he was a Christian man.
Oh, snap.
Who?
Like
See?
raised
Wes
his.
I'm telling
yeah.
you, a lot of the
His
scary
parents would take
movies
him to-
are like
Connected somewhere.
connected.
Yeah.
Religion.
I don't know
One or
if
the
he
other.
wasn't necessarily Christian, but he was raised that
Christian.
way.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
the
so-
second Sinister, the kids live on the farm with the church.
Yeah.
And one of the massacres was in the church with the
Yeah.
rats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to rewatch that one. It's been a
Dude,
while.
that one was.
That one was gnarly.
That's
It
with the
was.
homegirl from A Knight's Tale. I love that.
Yep.
Well, I don't know that. Okay.
I don't know
that
Lost
one
me
either.
there, brother.
Jocelyn?
It must be an
You guys
older.
don't know
It must be an
Jocelyn?
older person thing.
Damn.
I don't make that cut. I don't know what he's talking
Yeah, we're
about.
gonna have to cut that out. I was just kidding, guys. But anyway, I think is that it?
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap it there.
Yeah.
Well, guys, you guys got to hear a little bit of our cousins' ghostly
Background.
encounters and their background. You know what I mean? After this, I think I'm gonna grab the sage in the back and make sure that we're all good.
Right,
No, I'm
right,
just
right.
kidding, guys. But always, guys, go to their page, follow them, support them, and
Yeah.
and like they said, their mom is always willing to talk to you guys if you ever have
Yeah.
any questions,
Yeah.
man. I've seen it firsthand. I've been at many events with them. You know, their products work. I wear one daily. We have it
Same.
here in store.
We all
Plenty of
do.
reviews that they can show you. You know what I mean?
Where's some upcoming event they can shop you in person?
Actually, we just got a big event. Creep
Creep by
Creep
Econ
by Econ.
in
She
February.
knew it the whole time.
She
you
knew
know?
it. She just didn't know it.
And I was building.
Yeah,
There
she
we
was
go.
building it
She
up,
wanted
Oh,
us to
that's
say
which
it.
is a 3-day show in Ontario.
In
Yes.
February,
So-
guys. So come if you want to talk to them in
Yes.
person.
And
do
again,
that.
you can hit them on their shop. You can hit them on their social media way before that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
gonna be like looking
Yeah,
at
we-
Bella
we
like,
always
that's
say-
the one.
I will not be there now, guys. You could always DM us. DM is the fastest way we respond.
There you
We
go.
normally there's 3 of us, so
It's
someone
one of
will
us.
respond.
There you,
You
go.
could tell by the text message style.
There you go.
Stay tuned for their new products coming out.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely, definitely. Oh yeah, tote bags. My bad for bringing that shit up again, but hey, here it is. But anyways, guys, thanks a lot for coming on.
Yeah.
Sharing your crazy ass stories. You know, that was fun. We're definitely gonna have to do something soon.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anybody have any last comments?
No.
Concerns?
Last comment. The giveaway is still going on with LPS on our Instagram. We'll announce that Sunday, so you still have time to enter.
Sunday. Still have time, guys. Everybody go.
And everyone who's subscribed,
Put in your
hi.
stuff.
Hi.
Oh, I know.
There's a good amount.
A good amount.
like,
Yeah, good
so
amount. We finally did it, man. But
This is what we look like.
we're gonna
Crazy, right?
we're gonna keep driving, guys. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for listening, watching, however you guys do it. And again, guys, thank you guys so much down in the end for coming out.
Thank
And
you
as
for
always-
having
Thank you
us.
for listening to us.
We'll see you guys on the next one.